Grainger knows that as the procurement coordinator at a manufacturer,
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch of Nordic Live commentary stream here today on the good old YouTube channel. How's everybody doing? We got a great stream here today between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm rocking a new cut. I actually cut off a lot of my hair, so the back is not what it once was, but don't worry, it'll grow back, of course. How's everybody doing? Glad to be with you guys on this wonderful day. I'm looking forward to commentating some hockey with you guys. What's up, Hugh? How am I watching it? I'm watching it on the ESPN app. Shows the game on Hulu Live TV. Did you try refreshing it? Because I know it is on Hulu. But so we got a great night of commentary. What's up, Windy City? How we doing? Commentating your team here tonight. We got a great night. It's between the Chicago Blackhawks and Carolina Hurricanes to start off. Then the later game here on the slate is the Red Wings and the Wild. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's go, Canes. Love Bedard. Yeah, I'm excited. Starting goaltenders tonight looks like Frederik Andersen is getting the nod here tonight once again. And on the other side, Spencer Knight will play here for Chicago. So we'll see what goes down here tonight, but I'm looking forward to it. Should be a great commentary. Okay, then I'll do my best to commentate the game for you. We're getting ready to get started here in just a moment. So glad Bucci-Gross isn't calling the Hawks game. Who's calling it tonight? It's not Levy, because he's in the studio. Is it Sean McDonough? No clue. But anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for your support this week. I greatly appreciate it. I apologize for no commentary yesterday. Anderson's coming out of the slump. He was pretty bad the last time I streamed him, but that was like a week or two ago. Hopefully he'll be better tonight. It says about 2.5 minutes to puck drop. It feels like it's been forever since we did a commentary stream, and we were going to do one last night, but I canceled because I'm streaming a triple header on Monday. I am so frustrated that I was unable to not stream that game between the Flyers and the Mamba. But it looks like we're ready to get started here. Here we go. Carolina and Chicago. Starting goaltenders on both sides here. Spencer Knight this season, 14, 13, and 6, a .913 save percentage. It ranks 9th in the NHL. Spencer Knight has been one of the biggest parts of Chicago this season. On the other side for Carolina, it's a guy who's been in a slump for sure. Frederik Andersen, 7-10-3 with a 3.25 and an 869. He's allowed 2 goals or fewer in 2 of his last 3 starts. He's played a lot better recently in his tenure. Yeah, I love Bob. He's great. All right, it is a matchup between 2 red teams here. It's Bedard versus Aho. Blackhawks versus Canes. And we are underway. Face-off is a tie-up here at center. It's won back then by the Blackhawks, who will regroup in their own zone. Now Vlasic back to Bertuzzi, played up to Nazar. Nazar to center. Down low then Mikheyev on the right side to the point to Crevier. Pass is blocked. And the Canes will bank out to center. Racing forward now the other way with speed as Marnook battling forward alongside Vlasic. Yup, that's right, Frank. Nazar is back. Returning to the lineup after 13 games missed. Here's Bertuzzi back over to Nazar. Can't get that puck back. And then stolen back then by the Hurricanes. Svechnikov down the right side. Pass in front. And over then for Stahl. And they could not complete the play. I've loved Brandon Bussy. He's been so much fun to watch. I've streamed a couple of Carolina games. He's only started in one of them. I'm really upset that he's not playing tonight. But I take what I can get here with Anderson. Here's Jalen Chatfield now in his own zone. Puck over then to Aho. Aho back to Jarvis. Just passing the puck to each other. And I'll bring it into the zone. Svechnikov drops back to Chatfield. Chatfield to Slavin. Intercepted then by the Hawks. Burakovsky breaks it through center. Try getting that pass to Bedard. It slips down and into the Carolina zone for an icing. Yeah, I've loved Brandon Bussy. I'm a little frustrated that he's not playing tonight. I would have loved to have commentated him. You look at these 2 goaltenders here in terms of their Watch with Nordic stats. Spencer Knight, this is his 4th game we've commentated with him in the crease. Has a record of 1-1-1, a 2.33 and a 9.27. On the other side, Anderson, this is his 7th game we've commentated for him. He's had some underwhelming numbers, especially recently. with an 881. Here come the Hawks into the zone. Bedard almost got a chance on. Tried to throw that one in front. Saved by Anderson. Bedard behind the net. Tried to throw a pass to center. It's taken pass then by the Hurricanes. Svechnikov, a backhand pass is blocked. Into the zone now, Burakovsky. Drops it back then for Levshunov, who will dump it back into the Carolina zone. Canes will now regroup here in their own end. This is our first time streaming Chicago here in the calendar year 2026. It's our first Blackhawks commentary since early December, so glad to get them in here for a commentary. Here's Jackson Blake to center. Saved by Knight. Rebounds there in front. Knight's got the pad out, and he gets the glove on it. And Carolina already getting their fair share of chances here to open up this game just about 2 minutes in. Yeah, so we have not commentated the Blackhawks since December 7th in the game against the Anaheim Ducks where they lost 7-1. So they're looking to get back into the win column here. The Hurricanes we commentated relatively recently. We commentated them last week against the Red Wings. They lost that game in overtime. So both teams coming off of losses here in commentary streams. Pass to center now. Racing for it is Ryan Green, who will dump it into the Carolina zone. Now Stankoven, cross-ice pass to Taylor Hall, and the Canes will regroup in their own zone. Not sure what happened there. Here's Nikishin then back over for Taylor Hall, who breaks it into the zone. Drop pass back. Goes off sides. There's Joel Nystrom on the ice. Signed a 3-year extension with Carolina earlier this season. Joel Nystrom's one of my favorite guys on Carolina. I've really liked his play coming up here into the lineup. They lost 7-1 to Anaheim when the Ducks were doing good, though. So I will give him credit there. There's Frank Nazar wearing the cage. Missed the last 14 games. Has 19 career goals here in the third season. And he was playing awesome until the injury happened, and the Blackhawks really paid for it as a result. Here's Crevier then down low for Colton Dach, who tried to clear it. It's kept in, though, by Mark Jankowski. Picking it up then behind the net is Vlasic. Banks it off the boards then. Taken back then by the Canes. At the point, Kotkaniemi trying to move that one around. It's intercepted then by Chicago, who will backhand it out to center. And the Canes will regroup. Shots are 2-0 Carolina here to open up this period. Kotkaniemi dumps it into the zone. It goes in on Knight, and he'll make the save. Blackhawks will hold it in their own zone. Wyatt Kaiser down low here now in the Chicago zone, trying to bank that one off the boards to Artem Levshunov. Intercepted then by Nikolai Ehlers down low. Kaiser takes it back. Takes it around now behind the net. Will break it out to center. He'll dump that one then into the Carolina zone. Racing for it with speed is Slavin. Battling for it with Mikheyev. Down low in the corner. Bertuzzi tried playing that one to center. It slides in on Anderson. And Anderson will make the save. We should highlight somebody here. There's a guy on Chicago that I really want to talk about, and that is Tyler Bertuzzi. This guy playing alongside this Blackhawks team is having one of the better seasons here of his career in recent memory. And you look at his stats here so far as they load up here on my screen. I should have them pulled up beside me. But anyway, Tyler Bertuzzi this season, 24 goals, 37 points in 46 games played. It is matching his career high in goals, which was 30 back in 21-22 with Detroit. And I would almost confidently say he will pass that this season. Here's Nazar now trying to bank it out to center. It's picked up then by Nikolai Ehlers, who will dump it into the Chicago zone. Down low now, Knight will come out to play that puck. It's banked off the boards by Nazar. Now Bertuzzi. Back to Nazar. Nazar dumps it here into the Carolina zone. Battling for it then down low is Mikheyev and Slavin. Now Chatfield gets it back. He'll clear it out to center. Now Vlasic. At center then back for Crevier, who will dump that one into the Carolina zone. Canes will get that one back, and Jarvis banks it out to center. Blackhawks intercept the puck. Bedard will dump that one down low. Blackhawks still looking for their first shot of the game. Here's Miller then, back for Aho, through center Jarvis. Jarvis to Aho. Aho circles back around, pass up to the point. Down low now, Sean Walker tried playing the puck. He fumbled it. Pass back to Bedard. Bedard through the zone, wraps around Miller. Pass back down low then for Crevier. It goes wide. And now down low in the corner, Burakovsky dishing it. And battling with Svechnikov. Puck will slide out to center. Now Bedard gets it back for Crevier, and the Hawks will regroup. 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Dumping it into the zone then. And racing forward with speed is Oliver Moore. Playing on that young line with Nick Lardis and Ryan Donato. Puck is cleared into the Chicago zone, for an icing. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel here, I would love it if you would subscribe down below. It would mean a lot to me. We're trying to get to 4,400 subscribers. We're trying to get to 5K by the beginning of June. We've made some great progress so far, so I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given me here recently. It really means a lot. And it makes these streams a lot of fun. This is the first of 5 straight days of commentaries. So we have plenty of live commentary streams coming your guys' way. Tomorrow we have Golden Knights and Maple Leafs, followed by Rangers and Sharks. So we have 2 more streams tomorrow. We have a stream on Saturday, 3 streams on Sunday, and then 1 stream on Monday before a day off, followed by more commentary streams next week as we get closer and closer to the Olympic break. Face-off coming here in the Carolina zone. It's Aho versus Moore. Face-off won by Carolina. Sean Walker tries to bank that one out to center. He'll do so successfully. Drop back then for Grzelcyk. Blackhawks regroup. Now through center, it's Donato. Donato into the zone, getting tied up there by multiple Hurricanes. Now battling for it is Lardis. Back down low then for Moore. Intercepted then by Blake. Blake will clear to center. Stankoven. And the puck goes into the on-ice booth where Kevin Weeks is in there and picks up the puck and probably gives it to a fan. Fewest shots against per game since January 8th. The Hurricanes on average allowing a 19.7 shots against per game since January 8th. They've put up some awesome numbers here as of late. They've won most of their games, and a lot of that can be attested to how Brandon Bussy's played. Crevier down low then for Vlasic. Well, I guess it does attest to the defense more than it is Bussy, but Bussy's been phenomenal. Here's Colton Dock now dumping it into the zone, battling forward in the corner. Crevier over then for Slaggert. Yeah, it really does suck that he didn't make the team. There was a lot of snubs from Team Canada, but still a very good player. Down low, Foligno, a shot, save, rebound, tries tucking that one on Anderson, can't get it through. Now banked off the boards, then back to the point. Crevier shot, it's blocked. Puck stays in the zone. Vlasic trying to poke that one down low. Stankoven steals it back. Now Taylor Hall trying to race it back the other way. Intercepted then by Chicago, who will dump that one into the Carolina zone. Now on the right side, picking that one up is Marnook. Back over for Stahl, who tries to poke check that one ahead. Now Levshunov will bank that one off the boards then for Slaggert. Trying to battle for that one down low. Carolina takes it back. Slavin, right side. Banks it around now behind the net to Marnook. Marnook battling for it now with Stahl alongside a few Blackhawks. Now Mikheyev will steal it here for Chicago, and the Hawks will regroup. Shots are now 3-3. We're dead even here now in terms of the shooting department. Chatfield clears it down low then for Stahl. Stahl trying to throw a centering pass, and it was blocked by a Blackhawk. Played forward now as Kaiser tries to clear. Shot in front, and a save there by Knight. Puck will come all the way back into the Carolina zone. Canes are forced to regroup. Ehlers back to Jarvis. A shot goes wide of Knight. Here's Nazar. Taking it out through center. Frankie Nazar loses the puck. Gets it right back. Svechnikov steals it again. Now through center here. Aho into the zone. Sebastian Aho. Down low then now. Taking it back is Svechnikov to Jarvis. A shot blocked. If that even got on Knight. Burakovsky back over then for Crevier. Pass back to Bedard. Bedard will backhand that one into the Carolina zone. Racing for it then is Sean Walker battling for it down low with Burakovsky. Picked up behind the net then by K-Andre Miller. Bedard battling for that puck. Won it ever by Bedard. Pass in front. And Canes can't get it back. Here they come the other way. Aho through the zone to Jarvis. Jarvis drops it down low then. Aho on the right side being tied up by multiple Blackhawks. Gets it up to the point then. Miller shoots it. Blocked. Now Burakovsky breaks it out here through center. Gets tied up with the puck then from Jarvis. He'll get it back over to Kaiser, who battles for it with Aho here on the right side. Intercepted them by the Canes. Here they come into the zone. It's Blake. Pass to center is blocked. What a block by Connor Murphy. What's up? I wouldn't know. Yes, sir. We're commentating the Wings game tonight. Looking forward to it. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Carolina zone. Now Anderson plays it forward for Jackson Blake, who breaks the center. Can't get that one there all the way. Levshinoff to the point to Chatfield. Cleared now down low. Jackson Blake battling forward in the corner now. Trying to poke check that one ahead. Blackhawks trying to get it out. Shot on goes wide from the point. And now Donato banks it off the boards then for Levshinoff. Battling forward down low with Stankovic. Trying to play that one back to center. And we will have a penalty here against Chicago as Jackson Blake was taken down. And the Hurricanes will get a chance to put the power play to work here to open up this period. Happy to say, for those who are longtime watchers, the Jug has returned tonight. Yeah, Hulu's not working for some reason, but I'm on the ESPN app, so I don't have that issue. Looks like we'll get a power play here for Carolina after we're back from commercial break. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to like the stream down below if you're new. I would really appreciate it. Liking the stream brings more people in here, helps out with the overall engagement. I would really appreciate it, guys. Charlie Coyle playing 1,000 games tonight. That's cool. Congratulations to Coyle. So it's going to be on the penalty. It'll be Artem Levshinoff for high sticking. So we'll see Carolina's power play get to work here. Shots are 4-1 in favor of the Canes. Obviously, they changed things around here. So again, we got Red Wings and Wild here later tonight. Thank you, Donut Fatal. I appreciate, or Donut, yeah, Donut Fatal. I thought it said Donut Face. I have a donut face. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thought it said donut face for a second. I'm like, huh. I have a donut face. Artem Levshinoff to the box now. Jackson Blake on the penalty, and we will get a Carolina power play here. Looks like Blake is okay. No blood, so obviously we'll just keep on. Oh, there is blood. There was blood. Why isn't there no... There's no double minor? Huh, okay. I guess he wasn't bleeding off the play. Face-off one here then by Carolina. At the point then, Jarvis. Back over then for Aho as the Carolina power play ensues. Svechnikov, a backhand on net. Saved by Knight. And the rebound goes just wide. Now Vlasic will bank it off the boards and clear it all the way back down into the Carolina zone. Anderson here will drop it back then to Nikishin. Hurricanes power play, 12th in the NHL this year. Ehlers breaks it out through center. Aho. Back to Jarvis. Jarvis will go off sides, so I guess that doesn't matter. Approaching the halfway mark here of the period. Still a scoreless hockey game here. And a good backhand there by Svechnikov. Nearly tucked it in the top corner on Spencer Knight. But Knight got it there with the pad. New video tomorrow as well. We're taking a look at NHL-affiliated prospects around the league. Well, not just the league, all of the leagues around the world. Here's Nikishin now behind the net for Carolina. We'll drop it back then for Ehlers. Puck came back into the Carolina zone for the faceoff. Ehler breaks it in down low now. Jarvis to Ehlers. Tied up by Vlasic. Now Jarvis down low to Aho. Aho cleared off the boards then for Svechnikov to the point to Nikishin. Back to Ehlers. Down low. Blocked. And Chicago clears it the other way. Anderson will play it back then for Nikishin. About halfway through the Carolina power play. Aho to center. Poke checked away then by Crevier. It's dumped back in then by Svechnikov. And the puck goes way up in the air and out of play. Went all the way above the netting in the Chicago zone. Jesus. So the chance there by Svechnikov is about all we've got in here on this power play. Do I do anything on the FPHL? Not particularly. Like I actually cover the ECHL, so I do talk about them at times. What team is the closest to you? The team that's closest to me is Binghamton. I don't really do anything on them in particular, but I do talk about them sometimes if there's a relevant story. ESPN. Here's Miller at the point then. Back to Stankoven on the right side. Clear down low now. Ehlers. Ehlers to Miller. Miller poke checked away. Here they come the other way. It's Mikheyev. Shorthanded now with Green. Mikheyev 2-on into the zone. Mikheyev comes in. Save. Rebounds there. They score. A shorthanded goal. What an effort by Ilya Mikheyev. And the Blackhawks strike first here in Carolina. I'm watching on ESPN. So I know Hulu is having a problem right now, but I'm watching on ESPN. Ilya Mikheyev, shorthanded goal. I believe it went down in the last few seconds. It catches him off the rebound on Anderson. Oh, okay. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I don't do anything really on the FPHL. I'm just going to be honest with you. But, if there is a relevant story, I will talk about them. I think I've ranked their logos once before. A shorthanded goal by Ilya Mikheyev, unassisted, his 9th goal of the season. Blackhawks are 17-8-3 when they score first. And they have the 1-0 lead here in the middle of this first period. Battling for it now down low in the corner. Connor Murphy tried to bank that one out to center. Battling for it down low now. And off the boards for Vlasic. Shots are 5-3 here. Down low now in the corner. It's Jordan Stahl who will backhand that one here down low behind the net. Now Vlasic battling for it. Tried to throw that one up to the point. Vlasic will clear it down the other way. Here's Bertuzzi with a stretch pass into the zone. Looks for options. Battling for it now with Slavin. Slavin will win the battle and passes it out to center. But the Hawks are right there. Now Levshinov dumps it around behind the net. Bertuzzi now battling again with Slavin. Chatfield tried to clear that one off the boards then. Here come the Canes the other way. Aho. Back up then for Svechnikov. Svechnikov wraps it around. Looks. Pass over then to Miller. Miller now at the point. Down low for Jarvis. Jarvis up top. A shot. Goes wide of Knight then. Down low in the corner now. Aho. Circles around then. Back in front. And a save by Knight. As the puck goes right into the chest. 1-0 Chicago off of Ilya Mikheyev. A rebound on Frederik Andersen. And the Blackhawks have the early lead. They're one of the worst teams, but I support them because they're local. Nice. Hey, I mean, you know what? You should be thankful you have a team local to you. Who doesn't love having that hockey near them? And a team to, go and watch and a team to go root for. I think there needs to be more in that, especially in the middle of the country in America. There's really not a lot of teams, generally speaking, at all in terms of sports. So I'm all for that. Ilya Mikheyev picking up looking at the stat sheet here, his first commentary point and his first commentary goal. So Mikheyev making some history there. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I really appreciate it. Oh. So again, we'll be live tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're supposed to get a snowstorm on Sunday. So I'm hoping that that I don't lose power, so that way I can stream all day. Gotta love that hockey. The only team that I know of towards the center of is an FPHL team in Kansas. Yeah, there's Scarecrows. Damn. Yeah, there's not a lot of teams out there. I hope, as the world keeps evolving and the way it keeps going and the way hockey's going, I hope that we can get more teams out in those areas. Even if they're again, FPHL developmental junior teams. I'm all for it. You can go get a job in whatever city you're at and go play for the team there. Obviously, it doesn't factor in trades and stuff, but, Face-off here in the Chicago zone. Battling forward in the corner then is Carrier. Kotkaniemi gets it back. Pass up to the point. Now Nystrom a shot. He scores! Joel Nystrom lights the lamp here in Carolina. And we are tied. Wait a second. Is this a first NHL goal? Joel Nystrom, his first NHL goal. Wow, there you go. Look at that. Awesome. Hey, I love that. I love commentating first NHL goals. Joel Nystrom, in his 36th career game in the NHL, has his first goal in the National Hockey League. Love that. That's awesome. Good for him. Joel Nystrom now becomes the 10th player in Watch with Nordic history to have a first NHL goal in a commentary stream. The first Carolina Hurricane to do so. That's awesome. He's writing some Watch with Nordic commentary history there. That's great. Good for him. Chicago now tries to clear that one out of the zone. It's kept in then by Carolina. Pass to center is denied by Knight. Who doesn't love a first NHL goal? Shots are 7-3 here in favor of Carolina. As we are tied at 1. I completely closed out of my stat sheet. Face off here now in the Chicago zone. Battling for it down low. Blake wins the draw. Now cleared back into the corner. Blake battling for it with Kaiser. Now down low, Stankoven will look for options. Logan Stankoven trying to move it to center. It's broken up then by Nick Foligno, who tries to clear it off the boards. Taken back then by the Hawks. Here's Colton Dock through the zone. Pass down low and a good poke there by Taylor Hall against his former team. Down low now, Colton Dock in the corner. Back then for Hall. Pass to center is intercepted. Now Jackson Blake will play it back through center. Taylor Hall comes into the zone. It's offsides. So that will end that whole argument there. So Joel Nystrom with his first NHL goal. Or Nystrom with his first NHL goal. Hurricanes with a tie game here. Assist on that goal. Yes, Barry Kotkaniemi, his 6th assist of the year. Vlasic now to center. It's intercepted then by Aho, who will dump that one into the zone. Now in the corner here is Crevier up to the point. Slavin, a shot saved by Knight. Down low now off the boards. It's Green playing it back to center. Slavin over then for Bedard. Bedard battling forward down with Burakovsky. Burakovsky, puck comes across the blue line. And it's blown dead for a offsides. What's up, Jeff? Good evening. Glad it was a home game for him. Oh, yeah, for sure. So Joel Nystrom and Ilya Mikheyev And we have a 1-1 game here in Carolina in this early thriller. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Joel Nystrom becomes the first Watch with Nordic player to score their first NHL goal in 2026. Last player we commentated scoring a goal was Quinn Hudson. So it's great to see Nystrom get there on the board. I love that. I love keeping track of those things. I know I've showed this before, but I have a whole spreadsheet that like keeps track of all the things. Like on there is first NHL goal, hat tricks, shootout goals, overtime winners. It helps bring more uniqueness and variety into the commentary streams. I mean, we've done almost 150 of these. Tomorrow, our first game tomorrow will be 150 live commentaries ever. So, happy to be here, Blackhawks fan all my life. Nice, Jeff. Love to hear that. You see those cups back in 2010 to 2015? So Joel Nystrom with his first goal in the NHL, as well as Ilya Mikheyev with his 9th goal of the season. Blackhawks and Canes are tied here at 1 in this first period. Face-off here outside of the Carolina zone is won by the Blackhawks. Coming back out to center now. Nazer over then for Bertuzzi. Try to play that one back to Mikheyev. It's stolen back then by Stahl. Cleared all the way back into the Chicago zone. Levshunov off the boards then for Mikheyev. Back to Bertuzzi. 2-on-2 into the zone. Tyler Bertuzzi drops it back. Pass to center is away then. Back up then for Ehlers, who will break it out now through the zone. Nikolai Ehlers comes into the zone. Pass down low then for Marnook. Could not complete the play. Marnook then for Stahl. Stahl looks. Throws it up to the point. Andre Miller, a shot tipped in front. And a save there by Knight. What a stop. We got a player down on the ground for Carolina, but we'll keep on playing. Mikheyev now down the other way. Tried to drop a pass back. It's cleared down low then by Nazer, but the puck crosses the blue line. And Carolina will get a chance to regroup. Nikolai Ehlers hurt there on the bench. Hopefully he's okay. Now Jalen Chatfield will dump that one into the Chicago zone. Vlasic clears it around then for Bedard. Bedard breaks it through center. Will backhand that one then into the Carolina zone. Off the boards now Slavin. Up to the point, kept in by the Blackhawks. Down low now Bedard behind the net. Bedard pass in front. And broken away then. Shot from the point. Crevier is denied as well. And now Carolina breaks it out through center. Aho to Jarvis. Back to Aho. Can't complete the pass. Chicago will bank that one all the way back into the glass and out of play. Ehlers still on the bench, has 6 goals in his last 11 games. Hopefully Nikolai Ehlers is okay. Looks a little bit knocked up. He got pushed down by Wyatt Kaiser. We'll see a better angle here. It goes off his skate. It must have hit him on the inside of the ankle. Hopefully, Nikolai Ehlers will be okay. That's got to hurt for sure. Face-off now in the Blackhawks zone. It's cleared off the boards, then back to center. Donato over then for Vlasic on the right side. Puck is banked out to center. Nystrom on the right side then for Kotkaniemi, who dumps that one down low. Now Grizzly battling for it with Carrier. Murphy trying to get that one free as we run into the final couple minutes here of this opening period. Racing forward with speed as Donato can't get there in time. Now Nikishin down low here. Pass up to center. Backhanded all the way into the Chicago zone. Racing for it, Jankowski battling for it then with Crevier. 3.5 minutes to go in the first. Kotkaniemi down low. Feeds it up to the point. Carolina now clears it around behind the net then for Jankowski. Back down low. Trying to dish that one around is Kotkaniemi on the right side. Played back then Jankowski throws it up to the point, and Walker can't keep it in. Got Ehlers on your Hut team? Nice. What's up, Glenn? Good to see you. Here's Kaiser. Through the zone. Pass forward then for Colton Dock. Colton Dock will beat the Hurricanes there down low into the zone. Tries to play it forward. Pass up to the point. Kaiser shoots it. And it goes wide. Now Blake tries to clear that one off then. Colton Dock here now down low. Intercepted by Miller to Stankoven. Stankoven cross-ice pass to Blake. Tried to send a 2-on-1 the other way, but the puck was too far ahead. Here they come the other way, then Stankoven into the zone. Fires it. What a pad save by Knight. What's up, Ronald? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Puck will slide back here now into the Carolina zone. It's picked back up then by Stankoven. Logan Stankoven dumps that one here into the zone. Behind the net then. Puck goes up and out of play with 2:18 to go. Joel Nystrom, his first NHL goal, becomes the 10th player to get one in a commentary stream. It comes against Spencer Knight. So, pretty cool moment there. 2:18 left in the first period. Down low now in the Chicago zone. Blackhawks try and break it out to center. It goes off of a Hurricane and stays in the zone. Marnook pass in front to Stahl. He can't get the shot on. Now Bertuzzi looking for Nazer. Tried to send a stretch pass and banked off the boards then. Canes take it back. Chatfield through the zone now. Dumps it into the Blackhawks end. Mikheyev behind the net. Tries to move that one around then. Will pass it forward then for Crevier, who will dump it back into the Carolina zone. Now Anderson out of his own net will play that one then down low for Stahl, who dumps it into the Chicago zone. Grzelcyk back for Green. Green pass back then for Murphy. 3-on-3 through the zone. Murphy dumps it into the zone. Down low now behind the net. Miller banks it off the boards, or he at least tries to. Now down low behind the net. Cleared around then by the Hurricanes to center. Jarvis sends Aho and Svech. Aho to Svech. A shot! Save by Knight, if that even got on. At the point now, another chance. Deflects wide. Now Miller a shot. And denied by Knight. With 64 seconds to go in the first. Shots are 11-4. All right, 1:04 left to go in the first period. Jankowski versus Green. Face-off here, won by the Canes. Walker a shot, saved by Knight. Rebound was there. Played back down low. Last minute of play in the opening period. Canes keep it in the zone. Shot on net there by Jankowski is blocked off the boards then for Green. Played back to center. Now more racing for it. Stolen back then by Carolina. Here's Carrier into the zone. Fires it. Save by Knight. Played back then down low for the Hawks. Here's Alex Vlasic through the zone. Coming in then now, Vlasic battling for it on the right side, and it's intercepted then by the Canes. Here they come through center. Yeah, I mean, racking up the shots is the smart thing to go. Puck goes up and out of play as the Canes dumped it into the zone. And Canes, as Donut said, they love to shoot at volume and get a lot of opportunities on that. That's really what they're known for. Face-off in the Chicago zone. It's won by the Canes. Chatfield plays that one down low. Slavin back to Stankoven. Down low here now, it's Jackson Blake wrapping that one around then Kaiser, or at least he tries to. It's intercepted then by the Blackhawks. 10 seconds left. One last push here for Chicago. Levshunov through the zone. Poke checked away. 3 seconds, 2-1, and that'll do it. End of 20 minutes of play. First NHL goal for Joel Nystrom And Ilya Mikheyev, shorthanded, makes it a 1-1 hockey game here through 20 minutes of play here on this good old Thursday night commentary. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Got 2 clips to make here while we wait. So I will be doing that here in the meantime. If you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about, be sure to comment them down below. Any hockey-related questions. I do have a little bit of a question here for you guys, and we're going to put this into a short and a TikTok. Would you rather, let's say you're a goaltender. Let's start with that. You're a goaltender. You play on an NHL team. Would you rather score a goalie goal or get into a goalie fight? You are guaranteed to win the fight. You won't get injured. None of that happens. You're guaranteed. You're basically going in there and kicking another goalie's ass. Or you can score a goalie goal. Which one would you rather do? You would rather the goalie goal? Why? I want to know why. I want to know why. I lean goalie goal as well. Do I know where the 2027 ECHL All-Star Game is? I can look it up. Give me a second. Uh, 2027 ECHL All-Star Game. I would love it if it was in Reading, but probably not. It has not been announced yet. Cleveland is getting the 2027 one for the AHL. I don't know what the ECHL one is, though. You would rather the goalie fight. You always have the opportunity to go and fight the other goalie. You have the opportunity to, for a goalie goal, maybe 0.1% of the time. That's true. That is true. Trying to catch Ovechkin. That's great, Hugh. Here's Miller. Point then back to Stankoven on the right. On the right side, clear down low now. Poke checked away. Here they come into the way. It's Mikheyev. Shorthanded now with Green. Mikheyev 2-on into the zone. Mikheyev comes in. Save rebounds there. They score. Miller poke check. Miller poke checked away. In. Save rebounds there. They score. Mikheyev comes to the way. Oh, I'm trying to time this right. They score. Say rebounds there. They score. Yes, it is a Rumble Ponies hat. Yes, it is a Rumble Ponies hat. I went to Binghamton in the summer last year, so I was able to grab a Rumble Ponies hat while I was up there. Part of my baseball hat collection back there. If you guys see those hats. Here they come to the way. Mikheyev. Shorthanded now with Green. Mikheyev. Mikheyev comes in. Save rebound there. They score. A shorthanded goal. What an effort by Ilya Mikheyev. And the Blackhawks strikers thought I was a Reading guy. I am a Reading guy. So, I am a Reading guy. But I'm also an avid baseball collector. Or like a hat collector. So I collect things for hockey merch, and I'm starting to collect baseball stuff. So I have a lot of R. Phil stuff back there, but decided to wear Binghamton today. What is my opinion on the Dodgers? Oh, brother. You're really getting me into this here. Listen. I think the MLB should have a salary cap. That's my opinion. I understand it if you're like, oh, no, they should have a cap floor. I would agree with that. I don't think a lot of other teams have the luxuries that the Dodgers do. Not to put anything on the Dodgers and be like, oh, the league's rigged or anything like that. But, yeah, Binghamton's great. They have great staff. For me, a lockout's coming. It's pretty plain. Like, we're going to get a lockout here very soon. It's just a matter of when, probably 2027. It's hard for me because I'm a Phillies fan. But getting a guy like Tucker and all that and all the deferred money on Ohtani, for me, there's no rules in place to really block them. You can say they're doing anything, they're doing something wrong, but technically they're not. Yeah, it's ridiculous that some of the deferred money they have is more than some of MLB teams make. And the argument that you can compone to that is that they should have a salary cap. Technically they're not really doing anything that's against the MLB rules. But obviously I think it would be better for the league, at least if they had a cap floor. I feel like if they had a cap floor, then I think the league would be a lot more competitive. Other teams have deferred contracts too. It's hard for me because I'm a Phillies fan and I hate the Dodgers, so I could easily come on here and be like, oh, this is ridiculous. It sucks. Dodgers rigged the league. But, eh. Can't show vid because of copyright. Yep. 100% agree with cap floor. Yeah, I am all for a cap floor. That, I'm all for that. I'm all for a salary cap too. The NHL is a salary cap. Look at how things go here. I think at the very least you have to have a cap floor. If you don't have a cap floor, it really does. You have to have at least a cap floor. Feel so bad for Kirkering. I know. I don't even want to talk about it. Don't bring it up. I remember that day, I was live streaming while it was happening. I had it pulled up on this computer here to the side of me. I had the game pulled up. And as I'm commentating, I think it was Avalanche and Mammoth, I look over here and I see that Kirkering threw the ball to home and we lost. And all I did was just shut my laptop and I went back to commentating. I'm like, nope, not even going to react. But, yeah, last year was a lot of fun. Just sucks that ended the way it did. I have season tickets to the Reading Fighting Phils this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. If anybody's local to Reading. I know Glenn may be, but I've become a big baseball guy. Only non-MLB team near me is the LSU team. Tickets are absurd. You'll be looking for me at the fight-ins? Great. I'll be there most of the season. When the playoffs come around here, I probably won't be around that much, but when the season starts up and we get past the NHL playoffs, I'm going to be there like every day. Like, it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. Been to 125 stadiums. Reading is the best. Yeah, Reading's awesome. In my eyes, it is like I love the Royals, I love the Flyers, I love all the teams that I've been to overall, but Reading for me is the best atmosphere. Like, I love going to a game and just watching baseball there. It's awesome. Because it's been around for so long too, like the history is just it's awesome. I love it. I love it. So, second period starting up here in a moment. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new down below. It would mean a lot to me. As I burp. All right. What is my opinion on the Canes' chances in the playoffs? At this point, they'll make it. Yeah, they'll make it. They'll make playoffs. That's never been a question. Aren't they they're like first in the division by a mile? In terms of what they'll do in the playoffs, I mean, this year, in my opinion, does feel a little more open. In terms of like teams that are contending throughout the entire league, Carolina might be the top contender in the East. That's in a playoff spot right now. Maybe Florida if they're fully healthy, but Carolina's up there. So well run. Yeah, Scott Hunsaker is awesome. I love Hunsaker. He's great. I mean, again, me and my girlfriend, we just love coming to games and just watching like the fireworks afterwards. Cause like fireworks afterwards, hanging out with the mascots, seeing all these different players come there. It's awesome. I love it. I can't wait. I'm so excited I have season tickets this year. It's going to be awesome. All right, got to update this really quick. Can't support Florida anymore after what the Panthers did to Jarvis. That's fair. That is fair. All right, got the middle frame here in just a couple of minutes, so stick around, guys. We're going to start the second period here in a moment. And don't forget, we have Red Wings and Wild here later tonight. So, plenty of commentary calls. Shots are 13-4 after 20. All right, just updating something here really quick, guys. Nystrom has a multi-point game, too. All right, we are ready to go for the second period here. Just updated all the things I needed to update. Hey, what's up, Rex? Sorry for being so busy. Went to the back-to-back Ducks versus Kings games as well as the Monday game against the Rangers. Def been tuning in at work, so I haven't been able to chat. No problem, Rex. Thank you so much for the $10 donation, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you, bro. As always, Rex is being the GOAT. Thank you, Rex. Funny enough, Jarvis, in the next two games he played, managed to put himself in the net again. Yeah, I was watching one of those games. Yeah, thankfully he didn't hurt himself again. But that's totally valid. You don't like Florida anymore. I wouldn't like Florida anyway. All right. Almost ready to go. Shots were 13-4 after that first period. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the second period here between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Chicago Blackhawks. First period recap, goals were scored by Ilya Mikheyev, shorthanded, and Joel Nystrom, his first goal in the National Hockey League. Here as we get ready for the start of the middle frame here in Carolina. Stats after 20, shots were 13-14 Carolina. Face-off percentage is 62% in favor of the Canes. Hits were 12-5 in favor of Carolina. Block shots were 4-3 in favor of Chicago. As we're live here from Lenovo Center, thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by June. We are over a quarter of the way there. We're coming up on the halfway mark here very, very soon. As we get ready for the start of period number 2 here. Right now, here we go. Blackhawks Canes, second period. And we are underway. Face-off now is won back then by the Hawks. Off the boards, Bertuzzi will backhand that one into the Carolina zone. Battling for it down low is Stahl with Nazer. Now Miller clears it around behind the net, back to center. Vlasic banks it off the boards. Canes get it back. Here they come into the zone. Marnook down low to Stahl. Puck slides just wide of the net. Down low now in the corner. Marnook trying to get that one free then. Battling for it with Luis Crevier. Now Bertuzzi attempting to bank that one off the boards. Then Nazer on the right side. Banked around now behind the net for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers now down low. Banks it off the boards from Nazer. Pass in front. Shot denied there by Knight. A whistle is blown here. And I think we have a penalty coming up here. And a high sticking call, it looks like, against the Carolina Hurricanes? Are the Canes getting a penalty here? Couldn't really tell. No, Chicago. Another penalty here for Tyler Bertuzzi. And the Carolina Hurricanes will get their second power play of the game. And this comes off of a high sticking call on Bertuzzi. Now, it may seem bad, but don't forget, the Blackhawks scored their only goal off of a power play for Carolina, so maybe we can see some deja vu come down here. Faceoff will come once again in the Chicago zone. Sebastian Aho, 4 goals in the power play. Faceoff won by Carolina. Nikishin, a shot goes high and wide. Now down low, Connor Murphy off the boards, battling for it then with Hall. Down low now is Alex Vlasic. Banked off the boards then for Ilya Mikheyev. Will break that one now through center. Intercepted then by the Canes. Stahl backhands it into the zone. Nikishin over then for Aho. Aho dumps it into the Blackhawks zone. It comes in then for Vlasic now below the goal line. Murphy down low for Vlasic as the Hawks are doing a good job at not really giving Carolina much of anything. Here's Mikheyev now down low here in the Carolina zone. Already a shorthanded goal tonight. Now Green will hold that one against the boards then. The Hurricanes steal it back. Here they come now the other way. 3-on-3. Svechnikov back to Nikishin for Aho. Aho into the zone. Down the right side. Circles back around to the point. Jarvis over to Nikishin. A shot saved by Knight. And now Crevier off the boards will clear that one all the way back into the Carolina end. Down low here now in the Hurricane zone. It's Nikishin now who will break the puck down the other way. It's Stankoven who presses it through center. Trying to dump that one down low. Clears it around behind the net. Now Crevier will clear all the way down the other way and in on Anderson. 30 seconds to go on the Hurricanes power play. Miller drops it back then for Ehlers. Ehlers into the zone. Down low then Hall. Pass in front. Stankoven. A shot goes wide. Now Taylor Hall down low up to the point to Blake. Blake to Miller. Back to Blake. Blake comes in. Look, fires it. Saved by Knight. Rebounds there. Blocked by Levshinov. What a chance there. Miller at the point to Blake. Blake coming back in. Fires it again. It goes off of Taylor Hall into the right side. Power play will conclude. Good kill by the Hawks. Ehlers down low then. Stankoven, a shot denied by Knight. Played back then. Another chance. Goes wide as well and back out to center. Bertuzzi now battling for it with Taylor Hall. Will bank that one over then for Nazer, who shoots it on Anderson, who makes the save. He gives up a rebound, but the Canes are right there to play that one back around. K'Andre Miller now taking it back the other way. Miller comes into the zone. Down low. It's intercepted then by the Hawks. Here they come through center. It's Frank Nazer. He'll dump that one then into the Hurricane zone. Now Chatfield intercepted. Grzelcyk, a shot's blocked. Now Bedard breaks in. At the point now, Burakovsky, a drive. Denied by Frederik Andersen. Blackhawks getting some opportunities here in the Carolina zone. They only had 4 shots in the first period. Now they have nearly tied that total here. And a huge chance there for Ehlers on that power play was blocked by Connor Murphy. Had that gone a certain way, it would be a 2-1 hockey game here. But Spencer Knight playing absolutely incredible here tonight. Already 16 saves on 17 shots with 16:32 left to go in the second. Face-off coming here now in the Carolina zone. It's won back then by the Canes. Slavin. Pass forward then for Marnook. Drop back to Stahl. Stahl comes in. Poke checked away by Levshinov. Banked off the boards then now. Nazer gets pushed away then by Chatfield. Down low now in the corner. Bedard trying to jab at that puck. Played forward then to Marnook. Through center. Racing for it then. It's stolen back then by the Hawks and banked off the boards. And here's Bedard the other way. Bedard with Burakovsky. Burakovsky shoots it. Goes wide of Anderson. Played back on the right side then for Marnook, who will dump that one into the Blackhawks zone. Now it's Knight behind the net. Now Carrier battling for it down low with Murphy. Marnook's there as well. Gets the puck free now behind the net. Banks it up to the point. Here's Nystrom, a shot. Saved there by Knight as he kicks that one with his pad. He was not letting him score his second NHL goal. Kaiser through center. Back over then for Oliver Moore. Moore breaks it into the zone. Circles back around then. Donato pass in front. They score! Nick Lardis! What a play! What are shots? Blackhawks lead 2-1. Nick Lardis on the 7th or 8th shot for Chicago. What a play by the young Lions here. And a nice pass in front from Ryan Donato. It's Lardis' 5th goal of the season. And the Blackhawks lead 2-1. What a play by Nick Lardis, assisted by Ryan Donato. And the Blackhawks have a 2-1 lead here once again. Off the boards now on the right side. Donato dumps it into the zone. Now Aho behind the net. Down low in the corner. Miller battling for it. Trying to throw a pass to center. And Aho will clear down the other way. Luis Crevier banks that one off the boards. Then it goes back into the Carolina zone. Aho over then for Sean Walker. Played back through center now. Svechnikov. Svechnikov comes in, fires it on net. It goes wide. Now down low here in the corner. Svech back to the point. Aho to Walker. Walker a shot. It's blocked through traffic. Hawks don't know where the puck is. Aho takes advantage. It's what a tip. And it goes all the way back down the other way. Somebody got a stick on that pass. And it went all the way down the other way. Nick Lardis, his 5th goal of the year from Ryan Donato and Oliver Moore. He made his NHL debut on December 13th. He has 5 goals in 19 games played at 20 years old. This guy, by the way, scored, I believe, like 70 goals in the OHL last year with Seattle prospect Jake O'Brien. What a play. Just a nice little pass in front. And again, Frederik Andersen, his slump keeps on continuing here. 2 goals on 7 shots. Really not ideal. Not ideal at all. Face-off here will come at center. Shots are 18-17. Thank you all again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Nick Lardis had 71 goals in the OHL last year. Was the first player with 70-plus goals since 06-07 when John Tavares put up those numbers. So again, this is a guy who can score a lot. And hasn't really scored a ton here in his rookie season, but that's a guy who was an under-the-radar pick for Chicago who has turned out well. Nystrom, back then to Jankowski. Delayed penalty here for Chicago. Nikishin, a shot is blocked. Played back then by Nystrom to the point. Aho to Kotkaniemi. Back to Nikishin. Jankowski fires it. Shot goes wide. Murphy will touch the puck. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another Carolina power play coming up here in this second period. It's going to be Luis Crevier who will go to the box. And a go-ahead goal from Nick Lardis, regardless of that, makes it a 2-1 lead for Chicago. Nick Lardis, his 5th goal of the year. I'm pretty sure I can say confidently that is his first goal in a commentary stream. Yes, it is. Got to be happy with that if you're Chicago. Again, a team last year that really struggled in getting a lot of young guys in here in Lardis, Oliver Moore. You had Sam Rinzel here for a little bit. He had a cup of coffee. It looks really good right now for the Hawks. They've got a lot of young guys in here and a lot of exciting players for sure. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I would greatly appreciate it. Or I greatly appreciate it. Not that I would. Well, I would, but anyway. Hurricanes power play coming up here. It is, sorry, Matt Grzelcyk in the box. I don't know why I said Luis Crevier. And it's a tripping call on Kotkaniemi. So we will see the Hurricanes get their third power play of the game. Face-off is won by the Canes. No problem, Donut. This is what I love to do, man. And I'm glad that in light of your Hulu not working, I was able to help you out. Puck slides out to center, then Nikishin to Aho. Aho. At center then, Nikishin will break this one now through center. Pass back then for Ehlers. Ehlers to the point. Jarvis to Svechnikov. Svechnikov to Jarvis. Poke checked away. Racing for it now with speed is Mikheyev. Ilya Mikheyev now down low in the zone, trying to wrap that one around, battling for it in the corner. Nikishin. Down low here now in the Carolina end. Holds the puck here for the Canes. Played to center, then Aho. Aho looks. Drops it back to Nikishin. At the point, Ehlers. Ehlers to Nikishin. Intercepted by the Hawks. It goes offsides. With 1:07 left. As Alex Nikishin, who is also a rookie this season, unable to keep that puck in. Face-off coming here. Outside of the Blackhawks zone. It's won back then by the Canes. Miller. Over then to Blake. Jackson Blake dekes into the zone. Then on the right side is Ehlers. Up to the point, Miller. Miller to Stankoven. Stankoven down low to Hall. Taylor Hall. Waits. Saucer pass there to Blake. Blake. Point then to Miller. A shot tipped in front by Hall. He got it in the face. And now here come the Hawks the other way. Kaiser through the zone. Breaks it in then for Chicago. Will backhand that one down low. Now the Canes regroup here with 30 seconds. Miller drops it back to Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers to Stankoven. Poke checked away by the Hawks. And played back out to center. Miller. Forward then for Ehlers. Ehlers will backhand that one then in the Chicago zone. Murphy battling for it down low. Stankoven intercepted then by the Blackhawks. It's Vlasic now who breaks it through center. Alex Vlasic comes in, shoots it on net. It goes wide. And that will do it for the power play. Great kill by Chicago again. Here they come. Nazer into the zone. Poke checked away then down low. And off the boards here now. Jackson Blake trying to play that one ahead. Kaiser will shoot that one back into the Carolina zone. Stankoven back for Miller. Through the red line now, dumped into the zone by Carolina. Chatfield will fire it on net, or at least try to. It's blocked. Now Bedard sends it forward for Burakovsky. 3-on-3, Burakovsky to Nazer, intercepted then by Anderson, who will clear that one the other way with his goalie stick. And in on Knight, they'll play some fun little goalie passing games there. Hawks take it back at center. Connor Bedard into the zone, trying to wrap that one around now, down low to Burakovsky, battling forward here now behind the net off the boards for Marnook. At the point then, Levshunov stolen back then by Stahl. 2-on-1 for Carolina. Stahl into the zone, fires it, he scores! Jordan Stahl! And the Canes answer right back, we are tied. It was a 2-on-1 the other way. Connor Bedard is the defenseman on that 2-on-1. That's really not ideal, and Carolina bites the bullet. Jordan Stahl. And it's a 2-2 game. Jordan Stahl at the 10:44 mark in the second period makes it a tie hockey game here in Carolina. Face-off will go back then into the Carolina zone, battling for it in the corner then is Miller off the boards. Try to get that one to center. Stankoven dumps it back down low. Knight clears it around now behind the net. Jackson Blake trying to steal that one back. That's Jordan Stahl's first goal in his last 17 games. Shot from the point, tip back down low now into the corner. Now Ryan Donato played forward then for Oliver Moore. Gets hit off the puck as it slides back down low then into the Carolina zone. Battling for it on the right side. Jackson Blake trying to bank that one to center. Now Sean Walker steals it back. He'll dump it down low into the zone. Connor Murphy behind the net then. Teravainen played forward to Nazer. Nazer back to Burakovsky. A shot saved by Anderson as he makes his sixth save of the game. A lot of chances for both sides, but Jordan Stahl, after Oliver Donato, Nick Lardis scored earlier in the middle frame. We are tied at 2 apiece in the second period. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below. Again, if you're new, I would really appreciate it. Trying to get to 5K subs by the middle of June, so anything is greatly appreciated. Like the stream as well to help out with the engagement. Oh my gosh. NHL website looks like it's kind of glitching here a little bit. Can't see the Jordan Stahl goal on my screen for some reason. Yeah, can't see it. I guess I'm not sure who has the assists on that goal. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to pull up the score here. I'm pulling it up on ESPN since the NHL app is not working currently. All right, face-off coming here in the Carolina zone. One back by the Canes. Cleared around now behind the net, banked all the way to center. Dump back down low. Not even showing up on my other screen either. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Down low here in the corner now. Kaiser battling forward with Marnook. Banked off the boards then for Mikheyev. Played through center then Connor Murphy. Over then for Nazer. Intercepted then by the Hurricanes, who will backhand it into the Carolina bench. I'm sure that's totally what they intended to do there on that play. Totally. It's been a really well-played game here for both sides, for sure. 9:14 left to go. Look at the Hurricane players who were named to the Olympic rosters. Jacob Slavin, 1 of 4. That being Slavin, Anderson, Ehlers, and Aho were 4 Hurricanes that were named to the Olympic rosters. Puck goes out of play, I believe, in the Hurricane zone. Again, shots, I'm not exaggerating this. They are 19-8. It's just been one of those games where one team is heavily out shooting the other, but we find ourselves tied here at 2 apiece. Face off at center then, one back by the Hurricanes. Nikishin will dump that one into the Blackhawks zone. Down low here now, played to center. It goes off the boards of Knight. Now behind the net, cleared back up to the point then by Nystrom. Shoots it on. It's blocked by a Hurricane. Down low, Blackhawks trying to get it back. Grzelcyk. Down low for Murphy. Back up then for Doc, who gets out to center. Stolen back then by Grzelcyk. Matt Grzelcyk dumps it into the zone. Behind the net then, Colton Doc battling for the puck then on the right side. Played back up to the point. Another slider pass there is also denied. Played to center and into the Chicago zone. Off the boards then, Crevier. Through center. Here's Connor Bedard. Bedard moves in, gets knocked down to the ground there by Keandre Miller. Now Walker off the boards. Ryan Green keeps that one in. Down low. Burakovsky. Burakovsky drops it back. Crevier clears it off the boards then. Stolen back then by the Canes, who will try and get it to center. It's intercepted by the Hawks as Bedard takes one up high. Turnover here for the Blackhawks. Green, a shot saved by Anderson. Played back down low. Burakovsky to the point. Another chance. Goes wide of Anderson. And now Seth Jarvis breaks it out through center. Jarvis to Svechnikov. Played back up to the point. Miller to Walker. Shoots it. Save there by Knight with the pad. Down low now, Burakovsky. Try to take that one behind the net. Played back up to the point then by Jarvis. Jarvis waits. Plays it back down low. Jarvis to Aho. Aho up to the point. Miller to Jarvis. Jarvis tries to wrap that one around now, battling for it down low. Aho here at the point. Back then for Jarvis. Jarvis poke checked, and it comes out of the zone. Yep, picking on little Bedard. Shots are 22-19 here in this second, 22-9 in the second period. We are tied at 2 apiece. Breaking it out now through center. Kaiser to Moore. Poke check by the Canes. Kept in though by the Hawks. Never mind, it's blown dead. Never mind. So Jordan Stahl and Nick Lardis are the 2 goal scorers here tonight in this second period so far. Face off here now outside of the Carolina zone, won by the Canes. Off the boards now, Blake battling for it with Kaiser. Down low now, Donato. Donato looks, pass in front to Lardis. Puck slides off the boards all the way back to center. Nearly a good backdoor chance there. Huge hit at the blue line on Lardis, who does not have a stick. Here come the Canes the other way. Blake drops back to Hall. Hall shot off the post. Huge shot for Taylor Hall. And we have a tilt on the other end of the ice. As Moore got into it with Nikishin as he laid a big hit on Lardis earlier in the middle frame. A fight was happening mid-play on the other side of the ice. The refs didn't bother to blow the whistle. Oh my gosh. We're going to get penalties here. We'll see what these calls are. Five-minute fighting major. All right, they finally updated the goals. Jordan Marnook and Jacob Slavin get the assist. Does Slavin really only have 2 assists this season? Are you serious? Who got the takedown? I didn't see it. It was Nikishin versus Moore. Yeah, Nikishin beat the crap out of Moore. Moore is a young rookie. Yeah, that's pretty primal. Moore came in there to defend Lardis. Didn't go very well. He has a cut on the side of his face. It's his birthday here as well. Happy 21st birthday to Oliver Moore. And they're sending Moore off. 6 minutes to go in this second period. Jordan Stahl from Marnook and Slavin. And Lardis from Donato and Moore in this second period, as there was a big hit from Nikishin on Lardis. It caused the fight. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nikishin took him down pretty fast. Face-off here now in the Chicago zone, won by the Canes. Jarvis, back to Aho. Aho down low to Svechnikov. Svech to Aho. Aho has a stick tied up there. Carolina power player, by the way, because Moore gets the instigator. Down low now, Svechnikov to Aho. Aho here at the right hash mark, back to the point to Miller. Miller to Jarvis. Jarvis drops it back. Miller at the point then for Aho. Aho down low to Svechnikov. Svech to Aho. Aho to Miller. To Jarvis' shot. Saved by net. Rebounds there. They can't get it through. Knight has his mask taken off. And they will blow the play dead because that's what you do when a goalie loses their mask. And Knight will have to fix his helmet here really quick. And a much-needed whistle there for Chicago to catch their breath. Shots are 22-10 as they give the Blackhawks another shot there. 23-10. As the pressure keeps on coming here for Spencer Knight, who has had to hold down the fort for Chicago here tonight. Face-off coming again in the Blackhawks zone. 1:19 to go on the power play. Face-off won by the Canes. Andre Miller at the point to Svechnikov. Cross-ice pass to Aho. Comes in. Save by Knight. Loosened his helmet for that moment. I mean, maybe. You never know. I didn't really see it very well. He got tied up in front with another player, so I'm going to assume his helmet just came off. Face-off here is won by the Hawks. They will dump it into the Carolina zone. Down low now is Miller. Miller playing that puck. Will drop it back then to Aho. Aho breaks through center to Ehlers. Ehlers to Jarvis. Point then for Miller, who will try and dump that one down low. Now Aho behind the net. Banked off the boards to Svechnikov. Back to Miller. Miller to Ehlers. Ehlers goes below the goal line. Banked off the boards, then Svechnikov, poke checked away, slides all the way back into the Carolina zone. Andre Miller now will drop it back for Aho. Sebastian Aho off the boards for Hall. Hall clears it around now behind the net. Blake battling for it with Ehlers. Down low, Blake. Jackson Blake down low for Aho. Aho to the point. Miller a shot blocked by a Blackhawk. Puck will come out to center. And that will do it for the Carolina power play. Canes have had 4 power plays here. They are 0 for 4. Brutal. Shots are 24-10. Here's Blake now through center. We'll bank that one here into the Chicago zone. Now Crevier behind the net drops it back for Kaiser. Played through center now. Bertuzzi trying to drop that one down low. Pass back for Burakovsky. Burakovsky in with speed. To Bedard, a shot gloved by Anderson. And on the 11th shot of the game, Frederik Andersen makes a big glove save. Some fights, some power plays, some goals. And we are still tied at 2 apiece here in the second period. Yeah, it's been a crazy game so far in terms of the goals and shots ratio. It's been nuts. Oh my gosh. We will see who can get the go-ahead goal. Spencer Knight, 22 saves on 24 shots, 9-17. Frederik Andersen, 9 saves on 11 shots, has an 8-18. So a brutal game here for Frederik Andersen. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday, Braden. Happy birthday, brother. Hope you have a great birthday. Camera just glitched on the stream. So remember, tonight we have Red Wings and Wild. Later on tonight. So please stay tuned for that later on tonight. That should be an exciting game. Red Wings and Wild. All right, 3.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Let's go, Hawks. Love to hear that. We are tied at 2 apiece here in Carolina. Face-off coming here now in the Carolina zone. Bertuzzi versus Stahl. Face-off won by Jordan Stahl. Stahl will break it out to center. Pass back then, Marnook. Over then for Ehlers. Ehlers wraps it around then at the point. Fires it on. It's blocked. Blackhawks trying to get it back. It'll slide out to center. And Carolina will regroup. Blackhawks being heavily outplayed here in this game. Heavily outshot. But they're keeping themselves in it here. It's 2-2. Banked off the boards. Levshinov kept in then by the Canes. Svechnikov. Played down low then for Marnook. Stolen back by Levshinov. Down low now, Grzelcyk. Back then for Burakovsky. Andre Burakovsky into the zone for Bertuzzi. Now down low, Frederik Andersen tries to play that one back down low then for Jordan Stahl. Stahl to Chatfield. Back up then for Ehlers. 3-on-3 the other way. Ehlers comes into the zone. Pass back Marnook. Down low. Shot is blocked. Carolina gets it back down low. Crevier back for Nazer. Nazer down low in the corner. Banked up to the point. Bertuzzi trying to steal that one back then. Breaks it through center. Nazer 3-on-2 with Vlasic. Vlasic pass over then for Lardis. Lardis gets tied up down low. Trying to get that one free. Now Nazer at the point. Shoots it on. Save by Andersen. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Chicago zone. Canes or Blackhawks get it back. They'll dump it into the zone. Now behind the net here, battling for it, Jankowski. Played back down low then for Nystrom. Banked off the boards to center. Carrier tried to feed a centering pass then for Nystrom. Couldn't get that one there in time. Kaiser comes back and regroups. Foligno. Back to Doc. Doc dumps it down low. Kotkaniemi backhands it around then for Foligno. Battling for it then down low is Nystrom as well. Doc tried to get that one to center. Tried shooting it on. It was blocked. And now Carolina will clear all the way down the other way. Blackhawks trying to get it back then. Foligno for Slaggert. Slaggert banks it off the boards. Moves to center. Can't get it on. We got a penalty coming up. And Andersen just got ran into there by Landon Slaggert. He looks like he's okay. And quickly shakes it off. Slaggert looks like he will go on to the bench. I think we're gonna get a Blackhawks power play here. All right, things just got really interesting. 1:17 left to go here in the second period. Joel Nystrom will head to the box off of a tripping penalty on Landon Slaggert. And we will see the Blackhawks go to the power play here in the second period. This power play will carry on to the beginning of the second if there's no goal scored, as we have 1:17 left in the period. So about 50 seconds of power play time in the third. Face-off won by the Blackhawks. It's cleared back then by the Canes. Levshinov for Burakovsky back to Bedard. Hawks power play 13th in the NHL. Bedard drops it back. Blackhawks can't keep it in. We are in the last minute of play in the second period. Levshunov drops it back then for Connor Bedard. Bedard trying to break that one through center. Off the boards now, banks it up to the point. Levshunov to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi down low for Burakovsky. Burakovsky to Bertuzzi. Back to Levshunov. Over then for Bedard. Trying to backhand that one around. It's kept in by the Hawks, and we have penalty here for offsides, and the Hawks do not like that. As Ryan Green is flabbergasted by that. Doesn't really matter what he thinks, though. It's going to be a face-off outside of the Chicago zone. Jeff Blashill, not a fan. I would love to see the replay of that. Face-off here now in the outside of the Carolina zone. It's won by the Canes. Played back then by Aho. Aho to Jarvis. 20 seconds to go. Aho into the zone. Trinidad shoots it. Saved by Knight. And he'll cover. And 21.5 seconds left on the clock. That is the 25th shot of the game for Carolina. Wow. Spencer Knight playing phenomenal tonight. Again, Spencer Knight in Watch with Nordic commentary streams as a 9:27. Here come the Hawks the other way. Bertuzzi into the zone, broken up then by Walker. Sean Walker now breaks it out through center. 10 seconds to go. Walker into the zone. Will just dump it down low. 5 seconds left. Green now behind his own net. Gives it back to Bedard. And we will end the second like we ended the first. Tied. 40 minutes of play in the books. 2 goals in that second period. One from both sides. Nick Lardis and Jordan Stahl. And we are tied at 2 apiece. Here heading into period number 3. All right, that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. Got to make the Nick Lardis goal. That's the clip we're taking from that period. Subscribe down below if you're new, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. What a game. Didn't expect anything less from these two teams. Yeah, it's a great game. This has been a fun one for sure. I definitely agree. Again, we'll be live for Red Wings and Maple Leafs here on the later slate tonight. So stay tuned for that. We'll be live for that one here in about an hour or so, actually. Kaiser. Through. Kaiser. Through. Kaiser. And for Oliver Moore. Moore. Breaks it. Moore. Moore. Breaks it into the zone. Circles back around then. Donato pass in front. They score! Back around then. Donato pass in front. They score! Nick Lardis! What a play! What a shot! What a shot! Just got home, time to cool down dinner while Nordic is on. You know it, brother. Love to hear that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Blackhawks lead 2-1. Been a fun game tonight. Really enjoyed it. Thank you all for staying in with me. All right. Upload. Oh, I never even uploaded the Lardis goal. Huh. I'm at the game right now in an arena. Nice, Joel. What are you doing in my stream? Go to the concourse. Get some food, bro. Nothing like $6 fries. Are the fries really $6? That seems insane. All right. Ugh. That's crazy. Nick Lardis, born in 2005. Jordan Stahl, drafted in 2006. Crazy. Arena food is expensive. Yeah, it is. I shouldn't even be shocked. Why am I shocked? Watching North Stars in 1968. I miss the North Stars. Well, I never was alive for them, but they had such nice jerseys, dude. Wish they would wear more renditions of that. Bruins winning 4-0. Jesus. Best ice at Met Center. Yep. All right, it'll be 7 minutes not 7 minutes till the third. It'll be 43 seconds of Blackhawks power play time for those who are inquiring. Sorry, guys, just typing up something right now real quick for my Royals report. So just give me a second, guys. All right. Go Canes. Love to hear that. Canes will hold out. We shall see. All right, got about 4 minutes, it says, till the start of the third. Wow, 4-0 Boston. Oh, my God. We'll be streaming Vegas tomorrow. So you guys stay tuned for that. In terms of these teams' records when we commentate them, I think that's important. Carolina 6-3-1 through 10 commentaries. Tonight's their 11th live commentary stream. Blackhawks tonight is their 7th commentary. We are 1-4-1 when we live stream the Blackhawks through 6. So we will see what the outcome here is tonight for this one. What's up, Ronald? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So again, going over the schedule, we will be live later on tonight for Red Wings and Wild. That is at 9:30 Eastern Time. We will also be live tomorrow for Maple Leafs and Golden Knights, the second Mitch Marner Bowl, this time taking place in Toronto. And then Rangers versus Sharks will be our later game there on the slate in that game as well. On Saturday, we will be live for Capitals and Oilers. That is at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. On the 24th, Maple Leafs and Avalanche, Golden Knights and Senators, Ducks and Flames on Sunday. It'll be our second triple header of the season. In terms of live commentaries overall, we've only had 4 triple headers all time, 1 quadruple header. So looking forward, or actually we've only had 5 triple headers. I forgot we did do a triple header. We did do 2 triple headers in the playoffs. So looking forward to that. And then next week's commentary, it'll be more relevant next week, but Mammoth Lightning is our first game. Rangers Islanders. And then Avalanche, Canadiens, and Ducks versus Canucks. So, Ducks fans, we got 2 Ducks streams coming up over the next few weeks. Oh my gosh. All right, third period in a moment, guys. Stick around for the third. Trying to find my phone charger down here. Bunch of cords down here. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the third period here between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Carolina Hurricanes. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Nick Lardis and Jordan Stahl as we get ready for the start of period number 3 here from Lenovo Center. Stats through 40 minutes of play. Shots 25-12. Face-off percentage is 70% in favor of Carolina. Hits are 15-12. Block shots 9-5. Chicago. Chicago will start off with a 43-second power play here to open up this middle frame. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in here to this commentary. It means a lot to me. And subscribe down below if you're new. All right, here we go. Who will get the winning goal? Will it come here or extra time? We'll find out. Overtime. Sorry, not overtime. Third period from Carolina. I'm way too ahead of myself. We are underway. Face-off won by the Canes. Cleared down low then by Stahl. Short-handed pass back to Marnook. A shot goes wide of Spencer Knight. Levshunov clears it down low then for Burakovsky. Burakovsky then to Bedard. Connor Bedard through center. Dumps it into the Carolina zone. Anderson out of his net to play it. Clears it all the way down the other way. Great play there by Frederik Anderson. Now Spencer Knight says two can play that game. Here's Nazar into the zone. Back to Bedard. Bedard comes in. Fires it off the post. Oh my goodness. Connor Bedard nearly put the Hawks ahead. Banked off the boards here now and cleared out to center. Levshunov battling for it. We are back to even strength. Here's a chance on the way. It's Jarvis into the zone. A backhand. What a stop by Spencer Knight. Now Bedard, cross-ice pass. Here they come. Donato into the zone. Saved by Anderson. Rebound is there. And the whistle is blown. What a sequence. Only 58 seconds in. A save from Knight on one end. A save from Anderson on the other end. A post from Connor Bedard. Holy crap. What a sequence of events here in this third. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Shots are 25-14 here in favor of Carolina. But the Hawks are starting to come back here and get a lot of chances. Down low now, Sebastian Aho. Banks it down low then for Jarvis. Jarvis in the corner. Svechnikov trying to get it free. Down low now, Jarvis. Fed up to the point, Miller. Shoots it, tipped down low. Now Donato. Off the boards then for Mikheyev. Right side then. Puck slides all the way back into the Carolina zone. Anderson to play it with a stick. Will get it all the way back into the Chicago zone. Here's Aho. Circles around them, battling for it with Murphy. Aho tried to clear it down low, stolen back then by the Hawks. Here's Bedard with speed. Connor Bedard fires it, and it goes wide of Anderson. I think a Hurricane got a piece on that puck. Now Anderson down low, plays it around then. It's kept in the zone by the Hawks. Bedard battling for it with his former teammate Taylor Hall. Hall wins the battle, will backhand it out to center. Stolen back then by Connor Murphy. Played forward then, Lardis. Lardis shoots it. It goes off of Anderson to the right side. Now down low, Chatfield battling for it with Lardis, who gets it back now. Slides it down low then for Ryan Green. And Bedsy in that line still out there. Here's Green. Up top, clears it down low now to the corner. Racing for it then, Slavin off the boards. Jackson Blake battling for it. Chicago trying to get that one free. Now Blake down low, try to bank that one off the boards to center. They'll get it out there easily. Blackhawks dump it back down low. Anderson out of his own net then. Taylor Hall will clear to center. Blackhawks trying to get it back. Crevier played forward then to center now. Off the boards, Nystrom to the right side. And forward for Stankoven. Taken back then by the Blackhawks. Foligno battling for it. Back to Kotkaniemi. Tries to flick that one down low. Now Murphy. Back to Foligno. Stolen back then by the Hawks. Kaiser loops back around. Through center now. Foligno takes a pass through. It goes into the Carolina zone. Shots are 26-13. So I apologize. I have the long numbers up there. Nikishin will dump that one here into the Chicago zone. Murphy behind the net. Cleared all the way back down to the Carolina zone for another icing. And that time it was against the Blackhawks on that play. Face-off coming here now in the Chicago zone. Won by the Hurricanes. Walker, a shot blocked. Taken back then by the Hawks, who press it now through center. Into the zone now, Mikheyev battling for it in the corner. Hurricanes bank it down low into the Chicago zone. Now Jordan Stahl battling for it in the corner. Marnock trying to get that one free as well. Battling for it down low. Stahl trying to break it free. Right side, Miller. Here's Nazar now through center. Frank Nazar trying to throw a centering pass over. It stays under Ehlers, who kept that puck away. What's up, Bond? Thank you for the like. I appreciate that, man. Here comes the Hawks into the zone. Nazar drops it back for Crevier. Crevier then for Vlasic. Alex Vlasic now will break it through center. Burakovsky battling for it. Svechnikov is tripped. And another penalty coming here to Chicago. And the Hurricanes will get a huge opportunity to take a go-ahead lead here as they get their fifth power play of the game. And, I mean, I look at that play, yeah, that's a trip. It's an unfortunate one. Like, obviously, you're not trying to trip Svechnikov there, but that's a textbook trip for Alex Vlasic. And we will get our fifth Carolina power play of the game. Face-off here now in the Chicago zone. Green versus Stahl. The face-off is one then down low. Blackhawks will take it and clear all the way down the other way to start. Hurricanes 0 for 4, just 5 shots on their power play. They have allowed a shorthanded goal as well. Ehlers drops it back to Aho. Aho to Jarvis. Jarvis to the point to Ehlers. Ehlers, a shot! And it goes wide. Nikishin keeps it down low in the zone. Battling for it then, Aho played back to Ehlers. Ehlers dekes in, fires it. What a play by Crevier to get a stick on that shot. Oh my goodness. Here's Mikheyev now racing for it, battling for it in the corner. Picked up then by Aho. Aho centering then to Jarvis. Jarvis to Ehlers. Ehlers to Aho. Fires it. And it's tipped wide, I think, by Jarvis himself. Ehlers. Down low here at the goal line. Svechnikov to the point to Nikishin. Nikishin to Aho. Aho tied up down low. Jarvis back to Svechnikov. Svech to Ehlers. Ehlers circles around then Nikishin to Aho. Aho pass back. Nikishin waits. Shoots it. Save by Knight with the right pad. Svechnikov behind the net. Tied up then by the Hawks. Murphy attempts to clear. He'll get it out. 30 seconds to go on the Carolina power play. 6 total power play shots for the Canes. Through center now, Stankoven dumps it down low. 20 seconds left on the Hurricanes power play. Stankoven to the point to Miller. Miller to Stankoven. Down low, Jankowski. Jankowski to Stankoven. Miller, a shot tipped in the air and out of play. Shots are 27-14. Oh, man. Hurricanes are racking up the shots here on Spencer Knight, who has had to look phenomenal here. What an effort by Crevier. Ehlers had an open shot in front, and Crevier got a stick on it. Five seconds remaining here on the Hurricanes power play. Face-off is won back then by the Blackhawks. Kaiser will dump it all the way into the Hurricane zone. That will do it for the power play. Canes are 0 for 5. Chatfield Clears it into the zone. Racing for it then is Hall. Hall down low, being tied up then with Grzelcyk. Played back down low in the corner now. Doc battles for it. Kane's trying to get it back. Jackson Blake down low in the corner. Fighting for it then. His stick is tied up then for Grzelcyk. At the point, Stankoven to Hall. Lardis. Back to Murphy. Trying to bank that one away then. Off the boards, Foligno. Cleared in down low by Miller. Miller off the boards then for Stankoven. Stankoven drops it back down low. Miller at the point, fires that puck. It's blocked. Now Miller gets it back. Another chance is also blocked. Blackhawks get it back. They will bank it off the boards all the way back into the Carolina zone. 12 minutes to go in the third period. Chances on both sides. We are tied at 2 apiece. Carolina regroups. It's Nikishin. Off the boards then, Carrier will backhand that one down low. Racing for it with speed is Jordan Stahl, who will battle for it down low. Marnook clears it around behind the net. It comes out to center. Now Sean Walker will dump that one back down low. 11.5 minutes to go. Svechnikov down low. Played back for Marnook. Marnook tried to throw a pass in front. It's stolen back then by the Blackhawks. Bertuzzi. Back to Burakovsky, who dumps that one then into the Carolina zone. Played back down low. Svechnikov off the boards. It's intercepted then by the Canes. Now Slavin clears it around. Kept in though by the Hawks. Mikhaev battling forward to the point. Crevier's shot. What a block by Cheva. Rebounds there. Saved by Anderson on Nazar. Svechnikov plays it forward to Aho. 2-on-3 the other way. Dump back down low into the Chicago zone. Aho trying to get that puck down low. It slides free. What a hit at center. Oh my lord. As Nazar was taken down here. Slaggered the other way. Played away then by Anderson. And Nazar gets up. He looks okay. And now we see some tussling here in front of the Carolina bench. Kevin Weeks there in the middle of all of it. Canes get it back. Tipped all the way into the Chicago zone for an icing against the Canes. We are nearly halfway through the third period. Tied at 2 apiece. Here in this 7 p.m. Thursday night matchup. Huge hit by Andrei Svechnikov on Frank Nazar. And it seems like these two benches are talking off to each other right now. Face off in the Carolina zone. Won by the Blackhawks at the point. Shot saved by Anderson. As Freddie Anderson has not faced a lot of shots here tonight. His save percentage slowly climbing, but not a lot. Here in the third period. Tied 2-2 in Carolina. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new down below. I would greatly appreciate it. I am going to go use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back to commentate the rest of this game.
This season, you've got places to go, people to see, and things to do. You may have already gotten vaccinated for flu and COVID-19, but other respiratory illnesses are still out there. If you're 50 or older, even if you're healthy, it may be important to help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia. And if you have certain health conditions, it may be important to help protect against RSV too. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about which vaccines you need. Help protect yourself with only 1 dose each.
All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. I knew if I didn't go now, I wouldn't be able to go later, so might as well just go now. All right. So again, we'll be live later on for Red Wings and Wild. Taking a look at the most points by a U.S.-born player all time. Patrick Kane, 2 points back of Mike Madonna for the most points by a U.S.-born player. We could see that tonight. We saw his 500th career goal a couple weeks ago. Be pretty cool to see that again tonight. Here's Moore trying to feed a pass to center. Moore back in front of backhand. Saved by Anderson. That's his best save of the night by far. Levshinov back over then for Lardis. Played down low, and a whistle is blown here at center. And I think it might have been high stick or offsides or something like that. What a stop by Frederik Andersen on Oliver Moore, who had 2 really good chances there on the backhand. And Andersen keeps it out. Puck is cleared all the way back down low here into the Carolina zone. We officially passed the halfway mark in this third period. Shots are 26-18. Took away a Carolina shot there. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll get it back. So Frederik Andersen, 16 saves on 18 shots. He now finds himself with, if this will load, I guess we'll never know. Face-off won by the Canes as they try and clear. Andersen has an 889 now. Into the zone, Blackhawks try and dump it the other way. Now Slavin back over for Svechnikov. Svech down low now, tried to bank that one into the corner. Now Aho tried shooting that one on Knight, and he was swiftly denied. Now Bedard down low. Off the boards here now with the puck. Crevier to Burakovsky. Burakovsky to Bedard. Bedard deking through center. Now Green circles around then to Burakovsky. Trying to battle for that one down low here in the corner. Jarvis will backhand that one down low. Sebastian Aho trying to take that one back. Battling for it at center. Shots are 6-1 Chicago here in this third period. Canes have outshoot the Hawks in every other period. Here are the Hawks now dumping it into the Carolina zone. Puck will go off the boards behind the net. Played back then for Walker, who will attempt to clear. It's kept in. Bertuzzi down low. Nazer a shot. Saved by Anderson. All alone. What a stop. And Frankie Nazer nearly had his first goal back since being injured. And what a save by Frederik Andersen, who has had to stay tall. And oh man, he has. Still tied in the third. It's been one of those games, guys. One of those games. Absolutely nuts. So ready for overtime. Hey, don't jinx it, bro. You never know. It could end before then. All right. Still in the third period. Tied 2 apiece. Ilya Mikheyev. Joel Nystrom. Nick Lardis. And Jordan Stahl make it a 2-2 hockey game here. Here in the second half of the third period. 8:50 left to go. Face-off now down low is won by the Canes. Sean Walker will attempt to clear to center. He'll get it there. Kotkaniemi battling for it now down low with Levshunov. Now Jankowski down low behind the net then for Kotkaniemi. Up to the point. A shot! Saved by Spencer Knight, who took that point shot there from Nikishin, I believe. Or sorry, Walker. My apologies. And that is Spencer Knight's 25th save of the game. Unbelievable. Face off here now in the Chicago zone. Jankowski versus Oliver Moore. Down low, it's won by the Hawks. Here's Lardis now rushing it through center. Will bank that one into the Carolina zone. Now Nystrom behind the net then for Jankowski. Off the boards, Kotkaniemi battling for it, trying to play that puck away. It's kept in then by the Hawks. Kaiser down low. Tied up here in the corner, trying to break that one free. Canes will clear to center. Moore dumps it back down low. Took away a shot from Chicago. Off the boards, Carrier trying to battle for that puck. Nikishin on the right side, play to center. Kotkaniemi. And Canes go offsides. So it does not matter. Face off outside of the Blackhawks zone. Won by Carolina. Chatfield dumps it into the Chicago zone. Shot on is denied by Knight. Now Vlasic down low behind the net then for Crevier. Crevier clears it off the boards to center. Here's Green. Loses the puck. Tries to shoot that one down low. Now Slavin takes it back. Chatfield over to Svechnikov. Svechnikov circles back around. Try to send a pass to the point. Intercepted then by Chicago, who takes it through center. 3-on-2. Dumped down low. Banked off the boards to center. Now Connor Bedard will regroup with that puck. See ya, Bond. Have a great evening. Bedard shoots it. Saved by Anderson with the helmet, it looked like. Race for it now is Stahl, battling for it alongside Murphy. He gets knocked down to the ground. Banked off the boards. Then Ehlers battling for it. Walker played back Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi tried to send Nazer. Now on the right side, Marnock fires it in. It'll go wide of Knight. Down low now, Kaiser. Centering pass to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi. Forward then for Levshunov, who circles back around. Mikheyev dumps it around behind the net. Played back then to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi trying to move to center. Pass back to Murphy. Dekes in. He scores! Connor Murphy with the backhand forehand. With 6:22 left to go in the third, the Blackhawks have taken the lead. Connor Murphy, and what a pass by Tyler Bertuzzi. And a primary assist from Frank Nazer in his first game back. Connor Murphy, he does not score often. His second of the year. And the Blackhawks have taken the lead here in Carolina late. Nikishin takes it back now for the Canes. As we swiftly approach crunch time here in Carolina, the final 5 minutes. Taylor Hall now battling for it down low. Hall picks it up, fires it, saved by Knight. Rebound was there, Vlasic takes it back. Here come the Hawks, through center. Moore to Lardis, back to Moore, can't complete the play. Now battling for it down low in the corner. Lardis Trying to get that puck free. Behind the net now, Nystrom played back then for the Canes. Here's Stankoven. Takes it behind the net. Stankoven, wraparound chance! They score! Are you kidding me? Jackson Blake. That did not take long at all. We're tied. Wow. What a game we got here inside of Carolina. Jackson Blake, his 16th goal of the year. And the Hurricanes, not even a minute later, have tied the game. Oh my Lord. Are you serious? Jackson Blake assisted by Logan Stankoven. And we have a tie hockey game here with 5:30 to go in the third period. Here's Svechnikov down the other way now, down low, battling forward in the corner. Vlasic on the right side, trying to break it free. Cleared back behind the net then for Crevier. Crevier off the boards. Bedard throws it to center. Here's Ryan Green. Green with speed. Comes in. Pass over. They can't complete that. Here's Jalen Chatfield. Played ahead then. Back for Crevier. They added an assist for Taylor Hall. Now Slavin. Comes into the zone. Slavin dumps it down low. Aho battling for it now with Vlasic. Jarvis feeds it up to the point. Chatfield waits, fires it, and it goes wide of Knight. Slavin a shot, tipped in front there by Knight. Taken back then by the Hawks. Burakovsky will clear all the way down the other way. Not enough for an icing. Less than 5 minutes to go in the third period. Connor Murphy and Jackson Blake. Seems like every time the Hawks get a goal, the Hurricanes answer right back. Canes regroup in their own zone. Played back to center. Jankowski tips it ahead. Kotkaniemi played through center. Intercepted then by the Blackhawks, who dump it down low. Now Miller. Back on the right side. Dumped into the Chicago zone. Levshunov behind the net, who will dump that one to center. Now picked up by Miller once again, who clears it around behind the net. Donato battling forward with Jankowski. Jankowski then to Carrier. Grzelcyk trying to play it ahead then. Back to Levshunov down low. Levshunov will bank out to center. Hurricanes take it back. Walker loops around. Falls down on his feet. Kotkaniemi pass in front. Nobody can get it. Miller a shot. And that one is blocked. Kotkaniemi now banks it off the boards. Battling forward here in the corner. 3.5 minutes to go. Stahl trying to get that puck free. Cleared around now behind the net. Grzelcyk attempting to get it back. Banked off the boards to center. He at least tries to. Now another chance. Save there by Knight. Kaiser banked out to Nazer. Those Blackhawks are tired. They get some new bodies out there as Bertuzzi tried to take it through. He's tripped. And it doesn't look like that'll be a penalty. Puck goes up and out of play off of a deflected stick. Just under 3 minutes to go. Connor Murphy dekes into the zone, makes the save. And then Jackson Blake just barely gets that puck on the back door. And we are tied here in the third period. Holy crap. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Please subscribe down below if you're new. And you enjoy the commentary. We do these commentary streams every single week. I would really appreciate it. What a game this has been. What a game. Oh boy. Six of our last 7 commentary streams have gone to overtime. Don't laugh. 5 of our last 7 commentaries have gone to overtime. Less than 2 minutes to go. We are tied at 3 here in Carolina. Both goalies have played very well tonight. You look at the numbers. Spencer Knight, 26 saves on 29 shots, has an .897 save percentage. Frederik Andersen, not the greatest numbers, 20 shots, 17 saves, and .850. Keep an eye out for Connor Bedard. He's been very active tonight. Not on the score sheet, but has overall played very, very well. Faceoff's going to come outside of the Hurricane zone. It's won by Carolina. Chatfield. Over then for Slavin, who will bank that one into the Chicago zone. Now it's Knight behind the net for Vlasic. Alex Vlasic off the boards. Stolen back then by Connor Bedard. Bedard trying to break that one through center. Pass up then for Crevier. Crevier racing for it. Gets to it. A shot. Goes wide of Andersen and slides all the way back out to center. Vlasic to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi will flick that one in. It's poke checked away then by Aho. And dumped back into the Chicago zone. Kaiser. Through the zone. Dumped all the way into the Carolina zone. Try to throw a pass in front then to Moore. It's blocked off. Here come the Hurricanes the other way. Walker will dump that one in. Kaiser behind the net then for Lardis, who attempts to play at the center. Donato battling forward as well. Murphy throws it behind the net. Kaiser gets tied up then by Jordan Marnook. Now he'll pick it up and flick it all the way out to center. And it's touched by a high stick, so that will be a blown whistle. Got to keep an eye out here for Connor Bedard. Again, as I just said, they just said he may be out back on the ice. 1:47 to go. Face off here now, outside of the Carolina zone. Got to keep at it, man. You just got to keep going at it regardless of how bad the streams are. That's what I did. Been doing this for 2 years. Well, I've been doing YouTube for like 6 years. Just got to keep at it, man. Blackhawks zone. Crevier. Off the boards into the Carolina zone. Chatfield. Down low now for Slavin. We are approaching the final minute of play here in period number 3. Hurricanes bring it now through center. It's Jackson Blake who will dump that one into the zone. Now Crevier. Tried to backhand that one out to center. Cleared around now behind the net to Vlasic. Right side then Burakovsky. Back to Vlasic. Through center, Nazer racing for it. He'll get there. A shot just wide of the top corner. Bertuzzi keeps it in. Nazer down low. Can't get it back. Through the zone now. And dumped all the way back into the Chicago end. 38 seconds left. In the Blackhawks end. Hawks trying to clear. They will get it out. Bertuzzi plays the puck ahead then for Kaiser, who gets hit there in the face by Walker. Seems to be okay. Now down low, Taylor Hall. 20 seconds left. Hall breaks it through center. Trying to get that one free. Gets knocked down to the ground. Puck will slide down low. We get a whistle. Offsides. 12 seconds left on the clock. Offsides at the Chicago line. These teams will play one more time. It'll be April 9th in Chicago. So they won't see each other for a little bit here. Face off here outside of the Carolina zone, or the Chicago zone, won by the Hawks. Time will wind down. Green tied up against the boards. One last chance for Carolina. It's Jarvis' shot. Gloved by Knight at the buzzer. And ladies and gentlemen, for the sixth time in 8 commentaries, we are going to overtime. Holy crap. Another overtime game here in a commentary stream. Feels like every commentary we're doing is going to overtime. No, Cadence, I will not say that. All right. Goal recap here. Ilya Mikheyev, Joel Nystrom, Nick Lardis, Jordan Stahl, Connor Murphy, and Jackson Blake. As we get ready for overtime here from Carolina. A brief look at Watch with Nordic history between these two teams in overtime games. Chicago has never had an overtime winner in a live commentary. Carolina has. It was Sebastian Aho in the first ever overtime commentary in the 4th stream ever in the history of live commentary streams. Will they get their second one here tonight, or will the Hawks get their first? Drop your overtime predictions in the comments. I'm going to go Aho for Carolina, but I think Frank Nazar for Chicago. Drop your overtime picks in the comment section down below. It's going to be Walker, Slavin, and Stahl to open up this. On the other side then for Chicago, it'll be Nazar. Taking the draw with Vlasic and Bedard. Here we go. Overtime. Live from Lenovo Center. And we are, drop the puck, come on, underway. Face-off. Slides back into the Blackhawks zone. Hawks will regroup. Alex Vlasic now down low. He'll hold it behind his own net now. Take his sweet time. Looking for options. Down low. 4.5 minutes to go in overtime as time winds down. Vlasic must not like his options. What's up, Colin? Welcome to the stream. Vlasic gives it to Bedard. Connor Bedard will slowly move it through center. Comes in, wraps around, does not like his options. Looking for that right end. Bedard dekes into the zone, moves to center, waits, fires it, and can't get it on as Anderson is down. And they blow a whistle as Nazar collided with him. Hopefully Anderson is okay. Shots are 20-30 here heading into this overtime. That's the second time tonight that Freddie Anderson has been ran into. Or maybe not into, collided with another player. Hopefully Freddie is okay. You never wish for an injury. Face off here in the Carolina zone. Won by the Canes. Miller will take that one behind his own net. And now Carolina gets possession. Here's Jarvis. Rushing through center. One-on-one with Levshinov. Jarvis poke-checked by Levshinov. Down low now, Aho picks it up. Back then for Jarvis. Jarvis tried to move it to center. Played back then for Keandre Miller. Yes, I am, Colin. Once this game's over, we're streaming Wings and Wild. Keandre Miller. Behind his own net then for Jarvis. Jarvis to Aho. Aho dekes in to Jarvis. Can't complete the pass. Ilya Mikheyev now down low. Has a shorthanded goal tonight. He will loop back around and look for options. Both sides change. Mikheyev. Back to Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser will circle around now, look for options. Drops it back for Bedard. Bedard comes in. Circles back around. Bedard at the point. Looks. Waits. Trying to move it to center here as he's being jabbed at by Svechnikov. Played down low then by Lardis. Lardis at the point. Keeps that one in the zone. Down low, Kaiser dekes around. What a move. Saved by Anderson with the pad. What a stop. Kaiser will decide to just dump that one all the way down into the Chicago zone. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. We are halfway done. Here's Connor Bedard. Moves it through center. Played to Burakovsky. Burakovsky comes in. Can't get the shot on. Bedard. Down low now in the corner. Being tied up then by Slavin. Will move it back out to center. Comes into the Blackhawks zone. Forward pass to Vlasic. Vlasic. Waits. Circles back to center. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Vlasic to Burakovsky. Burakovsky. Waits. On the right bench side. To Nazar, a shot. It goes wide. Burakovsky plays it back to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk. Circles around. Grzelcyk. To Frankie Nazar. Nazar. Drop back to Burakovsky. Blackhawks have had control here most of this period. Burakovsky to Nazar. Nazar comes back out to the neutral zone to regroup. 1:23 left to go. Kaiser comes into the zone. Drop back to Moore. Moore waits. Loses his edge. And now here come the Canes the other way. It's Nikolai Ehlers. He's got Slavin. Ehlers comes in. Waits. Fires it. Saved by Knight with the pad. What a play. Here's Oliver Moore on the breakaway. He's in. Saved by Anderson. What a stop. Oh my goodness. Highway robbery here in Carolina by both goaltenders. Oliver Moore with a 1-0 breakaway. Denied. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. In the final minute here in overtime. What a save by Frederik Andersen. Face-off coming here now in the Carolina zone. Bertuzzi versus Jarvis. Canes win the draw. Last minute of play in overtime. Sebastian Aho breaks it through center. Aho drops it back to Jarvis. Jarvis circles around. Brings it up to the point. Aho comes in. Waits. Poke checked away. Alex Vlasic races for it. Stolen back then by Jarvis. 30 seconds to go. Cross ice pass to Walker. Walker poke check by Bertuzzi. Blackhawks try and get it back. Vlasic racing for it then. Gets hit into the bench by Walker. Aho gets it back. Regroups now with the puck. 10 seconds left. Walker waits. Fires it. It goes wide. Down low now, Bertuzzi will attempt to clear. Jarvis keeps it in. Bedard jabbing at that puck. And overtime will not be enough. We are going to a shootout. This has been one hell of a game. Shootout here in Carolina. It'll be the first time that Chicago has gone to a shootout in live commentary history. Only the second time for Carolina. And that shootout game for the Canes came back against Washington on December 15th. Seth Jarvis scored the only goal in that shootout to give the Hurricanes the win. What a phenomenal game we've had here tonight. Stay with us. We'll be live later on for Wild and Red Wings. If a shootout doesn't work, they just keep on shooting. Shootout will go on forever. All right. Shootout here from Carolina. It's been such a great game. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would really appreciate it. This one's been phenomenal. They will take a second here to clean off the ice. Blackhawks need this extra point. We will see if they can get it here. All right, we'll see who will get the opportunity. Shooting first for Carolina is Jackson Blake. Here we go. Jackson Blake picks up the puck at center. Dekes into the zone. Comes in. Saved by Knight. Tried to go 5-hole there on Spencer Knight. And Spencer Knight says no. Up next is Nick Lardis for Chicago. Lardis has had 3 shootout attempts in his career. He does have a shootout goal in his young career. Lardis picks up the puck, comes down the right side, will move to center, shoots it wide. Through round 1, no goals. What a game by these two goaltenders. Up next to shoot for Carolina is going to be Andrei Svechnikov. All right. Svechnikov picks up the puck, comes down the right side, down the left side, moves to center, he scores! Andrei Svechnikov! Carolina leads 1-0 in the shootout. Andrei Svechnikov scoring the 14th shootout goal in live commentary history. Up next for Chicago, the one and only Connor Bedard. If he scores, he can tie. Connor Bedard down the left side, moves in, slowly stick handling, he scores! Connor Bedard ties the shootout. And we are tied at 1. Bedard with the 15th shootout goal, the first Blackhawk to score one. Great hands by Connor Bedard. Up next, Seth Jarvis. Has a shootout goal before in a commentary stream. Jarvis down the right side. Dekes in. And can't complete the backhand forehand. Chicago will have a chance to win. Huge opportunity here for the Blackhawks with a chance to win in the shootout. It'll be Frank Nazar in his return. Nazar comes down the right side, slows down to center, saved by Anderson, and we will go to round 4. Patient goaltending by Anderson. And we will head to the 4th round here in this shootout. It'll be K'Andre Miller. He has 1 shootout attempt in his shootout career, and he scored on it. Second attempt for Miller in his career. Moves to center. Dekes in. Can't complete it. And Chicago here, another chance to win this one tonight if a shootout goal goes their way. All right. Next up, to get the win is Andrei Burakovsky. Andrei Burakovsky picks up the puck at center. Down the right side, comes to center. Stick handling, saved by Anderson. And we are going to round 5. So it looks like we're going to miss a pretty sizable chunk of Red Wings and Wild. So I apologize to all the people who want to see that one. But this shootout's going pretty damn long. All right. Round 5. Logan Stankoven will get the chance. Stankoven picks up the puck. Moves down the right side. Dekes in through center. Stick handling. Gloved by Knight. And we will move to the bottom of the 5th. And another chance for Chicago to win it. All right, next up, the 5th shooter for Chicago will be Ryan Donato. Round 5 for the win. Donato down the left side, moves to center, stick handling, saved by Anderson. Are you kidding me? He got the pad on that puck. Holy crap. Are you serious? Donato deked in. He had him beat on the backhand. Anderson stretches out the pad and makes the save. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up next then is Mark Jankowski here at the top of the 6th. Mark Jankowski dekes into the zone, moves to center, gloved by Knight once again. And that looked like the exact same save he made in the previous shot. And now here at the bottom of the 6th, Chicago will have a chance to get the win again. This time it's Oliver Moore on his birthday. This is why we love hockey. Oliver Moore, 0 for 1 in his shootout career. Moore deep down the left side. Dekes in to center. He scores! Happy birthday, Oliver Moore! And the Blackhawks get the extra point and win it in the shootout. What a road win for the Blackhawks. Your final score, Chicago 4 and the Blackhawks 3. Happy birthday, Oliver Moore, the shootout winner. And the Blackhawks get the W. All right, we got another game to commentate here tonight between the Red Wings and the Wild. I'm going to end this stream and start that one up very quickly. So stay tuned for that in a moment. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys